guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley. Today I'm in my makeup filming area, so it's a little different. My husband's actually working from home today, so he's in the office where my art stuff is. But today I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways to paint a sunflower. So I decided I wanted to do a video on a single flower painted in different ways, and honestly I was going to do poppy. But I've actually seen a lot of poppy videos right now, and so I didn't want it to look like I'm copying poppies, which it's a flower, so how do you copy it? Anyways, I've also been painting a lot of sunflowers, and I actually painted way more than 4, but I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways of how to paint a sunflower. I will show you some other ones that I've painted in the past, but let's dive in with the first one. Alright, so this first sunflower, you're going to start by wetting the entire paper. So I took a just big flat brush and painted the entire paper with clean water, and then I started with the center. The point of this is I wanted it to just be a wash of color, which we will go on top of with something in a second, but I'm going to start with the center, add a little bit more darkness in the middle, and then paint on the petals. And again, this is just a kind of flat wash, simple shape of a petal. Once that has dried, we're going to go in with a fine liner, and we are going to outline and do some details. So I started off in the center, did a circle, and then I just did little circles and scribbles all in the center of the flower itself, and outlined all of the petals, put in a little bit of line work, and there is our first sunflower. I think this one is super cute. This is something that is super simple, and even if you don't get your petals shapes right in the paint, just kind of blobs of color on the paper is going to work for this, and then you just need to be able to draw the petals on. So I love this one, super simple, kind of cartoon looking, and this is actually my husband's favorite one. Alright, the next one is going to be the most detailed flower that I did. So this will be the only one that we actually sketch out, but we're going to sketch out a sunflower just looking at a reference photo to see all the petals and erasing some of the pencil lines. You do still see some of the pencil lines in the final flower, but they are fairly faint. And then for this one, instead of just painting the shape of the petal with 1 brush stroke or 2 brush strokes, this one we're actually just going in petal by petal, and we're going to fill in the color. So it's kind of just coloring it in with watercolors. And I did each petal at a time, and I started with a lemon yellow, added a little cad yellow, and then went in with some deeper to add in some shadows on each individual petal. So again, this one was the most time consuming, but very, very cute. All right, this next one is gonna be the loosest style flower. This one literally so quick and sloppy and easy. I started with the center of this one and I just put in some dark browns and then quickly just put in some brush strokes around it. This one is facing a little bit to the side, so the petals in the front are going to be a lot shorter. And then did some quick sloppy leaves and stem. And this one I think is so much fun. I also splattered some paint on the page at the end. This one is just more relaxed of a flower, and the painting process itself was super chilled. And this one only took me a few minutes to paint. Very, very quick and simple. This next one is also pretty simple as well. This one, so the first three I used a round brush when I was painting these. This last one is going to be using a filbert brush. I don't remember what number, what size it is, but I'm also using different paints for this one. I'm using the Ocean Paper instead of Daniel Smith. But for this one, the shape of the filbert brush, if you turn it on its side, it's actually very similar to using a round brush, because you can push through the belly of that brush and then come back up to the tip. So it's very similar. You can do this with the round or the filbert, but I just wanted to switch it up with a different brush in case you had the filbert brush and not a round brush. Who knows? Anyways, so after I put on the petals, I went back in for some detail lines. Some of these actually ended up like picking color back up on some of the darker petals and added some shadows in some of the lighter petals. But there is the fourth flower. Alright, so here are the 4 flowers. I think I will scan these in and put them on the screen so you can see them a little bit better. But those are just 4 different styles of flowers. I do have, let's see, a stack of other ones that I've painted that I did want to at least show you. This one was done a while ago. And again, I think I'm going to scan these in and put them on the screen so you can see them a little bit better. But this one, the leaves on this, I used the handle of the brush while the leaf was still wet to do the veining. And this one has a lot more detail, and it also has a background. I think this one's super cute. I love that background color. This is another one that was very quick, very simple. And then put some words on it. You know, this would be a cute card, or even like a print to put up on a wall. Just do something super simple. This one is actually, this one, I painted it, this was the first one I painted, but the footage was out of focus, so I had to paint it a second time, but basically the exact same flower. And then I painted this one. I liked it, but it ended up looking a little bit funny, so I decided not to include it and did a different one. It's another kind of side-facing one, and it's fine, but it wasn't like my favorite one. This was the first one that I painted in this, and it was just a little bit too pale, and it is another style. I think that I wanted to do like dry brushing on these, so there was like white spots on the petals, and I just ended up using too light of a color on it, and it's fine, but not my favorite. This one literally took me about 60 seconds. I was so frustrated with some of these other ones that I was painting that I just wanted to do one as fast as I could, sloppy, messy, and I actually think it's pretty as well. I almost included this one instead of this one because they're a similar style. They're just kind of sloppy, put on the paper, very loose style watercolor. But this one, I actually did the petals first and then splattered the middle in there and then paint everywhere. But I find that when you're getting frustrated over a flower, if you try to break it down and do a loose version of it, it becomes more freeing and fun, and then sometimes you can transition into doing a more detailed style. So if you're getting frustrated with a flower, try to do it as loosely as you possibly can first. Or if you're getting frustrated now, if you've already painted some, you can't do it first. But try just to do a sloppy flower, because I'm telling you, I was getting frustrated. And I also started these on my 5 Below paper, and they just weren't working for me. And so also know that your paper does affect it, and I was getting frustrated with it. But I wanted to show you some fails too, because not everything you paint is going to be perfect. Well, nothing's perfect, but not everything you paint you're going to love. Just keep going at it, keep painting, and I hope that you were able to do some of these sunflowers. I would love to see them. If you have painted some sunflowers with me, tag us on Instagram, Opal&Mint, because I would love to see your sunflower versions. There's so many different ways you can paint these. These are just the ones that came to my mind and just came out of my paintbrush. So keep painting, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!